Hey everyone, and welcome back to Open. Our last guest is a singer and songwriter on the rise, an urban bachata recording artist whose music has always been her way of connecting with people. Her lyrics resonate with fans through her honesty and relatability, capturing the attention of audiences both locally and internationally. Her sound is a fresh, modern take on bachata while staying true to the genre's roots. And joining us now to share more is singer and songwriter Jae Camilo.
Hi, beautiful.
I'm like, yay! I am so excited that we got you on here so quickly.
No.
Oh my gosh, it was absolutely amazing to meet you and experience you and witness you performing on stage at the the Hair Education and Beauty Summit.
Yes.
And bueno, you were the closer of our Afro-Latina experience. And I also had the privilege of introducing you on stage.
Yes.
Internationally recognized, okay? Even though you're on the rise, you're already internationally recognized. And so let's just share with everyone what it is that makes you stand out in the style, because you're fusing almost like what's happening in your generation's time and merging it with like a fusion. I use the word, right, like a modern, right?
Twist.
Right, but the base of it is still bachata.
Yes, it definitely. Well, first of all, thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here. And it was amazing meeting you and being able to talk to you. You were wonderful at the Hebs event that we had last week. Such an amazing event.
Thank you.
Yeah, basically, like, my bachata is just a little more urban. I'm still keeping my touches of what traditional bachata is, because I never want to lose that essence. It's definitely a culture for us. You know, I am Dominican background, and this is like our thing, the bachata. And it's just, I'm from New York. I'm born and raised in Brooklyn, so when I was coming up and I was listening to bachata, it was a little bit different. So I wanted to kind of fuse what I grew up listening to and what my parents grew up listening to together and kind of get like what you guys see, this Jae Camilo infused urban bachata.
I love that, Jae Camilo infused urban bachata. That's exactly what I'm talking about, right? And you know, I think it's important that we evolve, right?
Yes.
But yeah, you're still honoring your tradition.
Absolutely.
You're just bringing it to the next generation to
Absolutely.
have a different flavor. That's
Yes.
it,
Yeah,
right?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
like everything evolves, you know, after time, everything changes. And I think that change is good. So, you know, from where my parents used to listen to bachata, what they grew up listening to, it's very different to what we have now. When I started listening to, we had the Aventura, we had the Romeo Santos, Prince Royce. So everything started evolving. We had Leslie Grace. And now it's even more, I think, a little bit more different too. I think the time is just, you know, we're just going with the time.
Yeah, but the thing about it is that at least me, I appreciate that it's now catering to an English-speaking audience, and that I think is important for
Absolutely.
expansion and evolution, for that matter, because now other people that may not necessarily be in the culture can appreciate the culture.
Absolutely, 100%. And that's a goal of ours. We want, you know, how they say music is another language, you know, and the dancing and everything. So everyone gets to express themselves that way. So sometimes I think, you know, further back in the days, it was kind of like they liked the genre because they like to dance. Now they get to appreciate it more because now they understand, like you said, the culture of it, where it's coming from. And of course, now it's bilingual as well. So not only now you're appreciating the culture and where it's coming from, but now you understand a lot of the things that we're saying and what we're talking about in our music. So.
Right, even though we didn't mind that there was just the hips were leading the way, right?
Yes.
Because that's what everybody loves about bachata. It's like it's all about the hips, right?
Yes.
And sass, because there's a sass that comes with it. But now they're able to understand the emotions that go with it.
Absolutely, absolutely. And as a songwriter as well, changing lyrically as well, what the genre was, you know, for so many years, everyone's like, you know, bachata, it's about you being depressed and sad. And I think that the way that I write my bachata, of course I have my songs that are are heartbreaking, but a lot of my songs are about empowerment. A lot of my songs are about other topics that you would normally not hear in bachata. So I think that's also a nice little touch.
So I'm giggling because I'm like, she's like, oh, sad and depressed. I'm like, I wonder. I was like, would we consider bachata like a flavorful blues? You know?
Absolutely.
Right?
For many years, absolutely, 100%. Everyone that you speak to, as far as back in the days, their bachata always had to have a cup of rum or their favorite alcohol drink, and that was what it was. And I've just, now I'm like, wait, but I don't have to be sad to listen to this, like they were, like I said, as it was evolving, I'm like, I can have a Coke, I can have water, I can, just
Or a cartera,
chill.
or a cartera.
Yes, that's a song.
I went there.
Yes. Like my song in La Cartera,
That's it.
Exactly. So it's just a little different. We don't have to have the heartbreak every time. But you're right. That was what it was. It was that heartbreak that.
Yeah, and I love that you're sharing all of this, right? Because I don't know if we all know the history of bachata on that level, and also the fact that there was an item or that was focused on that the song was maybe created from, and or was the catalyst of the actual experience, right?
Yeah.
And the fact that now you're kind of shifting it over to the female gender in writing songs about carteras and.
Yes.
And wearing rolos.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's about women too. I mean, the genre as well is a very male-dominant genre. One little thing that I always do with my team, we go out and we're like, hey, have you ever heard of a female bachatera? And people are like, a deer in headlights. Like, not really, And I think that it's a nice thing that I have the opportunity to actually have a little space in that genre, and I just see it so much bigger. I think that in the past it was very like, oh, women, we don't do bachata, like go do some pop or some R&B or something else, and I think that now people are more receptive to it. I see it a lot with a lot of my fans, a lot of people that follow me, and just like when I'm live, the how people are accepting me as a female in this genre is amazing.
So just out of curiosity, why do you think that is? Why do you think that it's been, we're not going to talk about the patriarchy and we could go on for days about that. But just in general, in this specific genre, why do you think it was primarily, practically everything's primarily dominated by the male gender? Yeah. I said that. But no. But that's what we're here with, dismantling or, kind of making waves to make sure the door gets open and embrace, as you were saying. But why do you think that that it has been predominantly dominated by men?
I mean, there have been a few females that have definitely embarked in the journey of bachata in the past. And I think it's just more of the topics and where we were. I think everything has its time. And I think it was not time yet. I think that females, we were a little scared also. I think that females were, sometimes when it's a male dominant in any, work or any career or anything, when it is male dominant, we kind of pull back just a little bit. And I think that that's what it was. And I think that now it's more of, more liberal, more like, okay, I can do it. Let me try and actually stick to it. So I don't think there was ever anything that was like, no, we're banning females. I think it was just time.
Right. And I say this only because, right, you were the musical component of our Afro-Latina experience, the Curls, Coals, and Kinks panel that I moderated, that had these amazing, fierce Afro-Latinas on the panel.
Yes.
And, we could say Amara La Negra, Julissa B, Franchella Ulysses, and Albania Rosario. Those were the panelists.
And yourself.
And myself. Well, I moderated it, but it was so lovely to just share space in this genuine, with the genuine interest of empowering each other. Yes. And I'm bringing this up because you closed it out. And that's really, I think, a wonderful strategy for you, right? Is make sure that women understand that we have a better chance and a stronger chance of succeeding and thriving when we do it together.
Absolutely.
Because
absolutely,
there's your audience right
Yes,
there. I mean,
yes,
of course,
yes,
you want
yes.
everybody, but bringing the women to the forefront, you know, we win elections, although, you know, we
Yeah.
didn't make that happen this time around.
But listen, at the end of the, thank you to Rose from Hands Dirty PR, that she definitely connected all of us, all these women. Very empowering moment, I think, for everyone. I think everyone is in a great place in their career as women. And bringing us all together
Yes.
for that Afro Latina panel was amazing.
Yeah, the Hands Dirty PR, shouting you out. Thank you, Rose.
She did her thing with that. And I think it's very important, like you said, myself right now, I'm working on a big project that is due for next year. And it's all about women. It's females in bachata. And this is something very, very close to me and dear to me, because exactly what you just said, I think that if we all come together, it just makes a bigger impact. And what we said before, there's no females in bachata. There actually is a lot of females in bachata. It's just a sense of introducing them to the world and showing everyone that we're there. So with this project, I literally have female musicians, females writer, everyone in this project is a female. And I did this on purpose because I feel that a lot of the writers, mainstream for a lot of these big artists, a lot of the musicians that go out on stage and perform with all these artists, they don't really get that opportunity to get into projects that are actually production projects.
Right. And they're female.
And they're all female.
Okay, so when is this going to happen? And it's okay if you don't have a precise date, just more or less. And we definitely have to have you back on with those females
Absolutely.
so that we can share it with our audience.
I would love it. So it's a full album compilation of 11 females.
Wow.
And it is due to release next year on Women's International Month.
Oh,
so
wow. So March of 2026.
March 2026.
Wow.
Yes.
That's exciting.
It's very exciting.
And you know what's really exciting is that you're on the rise, and even though you're already internationally acclaimed, you're now doing what I mentioned in the panel, is exercising Sankofa, which Sankofa is African, and I hope I'm doing it justice, but it's really just looking back and grabbing to pass forward.
Absolutely.
And so, and we're stronger together. We are.
Yes.
In general, like just as a society.
Yes, absolutely. And I think that society also has built like this weird thing where it's like females don't get along and females are always competing for space. And the reality of the fact is that that's not true. I've been working with all these females right now. I'm the producer on this project.
Yay!
And at the end of the day, I just feel like they have been so great to work with. I have not had not one issue, no cat fights or weird stuff going on. And that's beautiful. That's beautiful to share that all these females are coming together. We're all here. No one's competing. We want to help each other.
Right.
We understand that there is a different lane and avenue and street, and we all can just, you know, come together and do it. If other genres in the music industries can do it,
Yeah.
then why can't we?
I know,
You know?
they capitalize
The
off of each
Latinas,
other.
we have to do it. You know, we have to do it.
No, well, yeah, it's about time that we get out of that crabs in the barrel mindset, right? So I'm going to close with this because we were talking about frequencies, right?
Yes.
So I read somewhere that people on lower frequencies, they compete. The ones on the higher frequency, they collaborate.
Nice. Look at that. I love that, actually. Woo!
I love what you're doing, Jay.
I love it.
And thank you for bringing it here
Thank
to us on
you.
Open. And you guys don't go anywhere because Jae Camilo is going to perform for us after the break, and you don't want to miss it.
Thank you.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to Open, here now to perform Te Equivocaste. Let's give it up for Jae Camilo.
Te dije la dueña de esto, Jae Camilo. No me digas que nunca tuve pa' ti. Tú sabes muy bien que eso no fue así. Muchas oportunidades yo te di. Y porque ruegues crees que te voy a recibir. Te equivocaste, no me llames. Te fuiste a buscar calor en otra parte. Te equivocaste, mucho yo aguanté. Ya te di banda, ahora me toca a mí la calle. Puse tu ropa afuera pa' Ponerte en la lista negra te ganaste, punto y aparte. Olvídate un detalle muy importante, por ser arrogante. Hiciste mi vida un desastre, una enemiga te ganaste. Ahora no te sacaré el guante. Tú pensaste que iba a comprarme, pero más rápido quiero olvidarte. Tú ahora vienes a buscarme, pero ya es muy tarde. Te equivocaste, ya no me llames. Te fuiste a buscar calor en otra parte. Te equivocaste, mucho yo aguanté. Ya te di banda, ahora me toca a mí la calle. Te equivocaste, ya no me llames. Te fuiste a buscar calor en otra parte. Te equivocaste, mucho yo aguanté. Ya te di banda, ahora me toca a mí la calle. Una buena vida me voy a dar, sin compromiso no quiero nada. Todo lo justo, lo que yo quiera. Voy a vivir sin pararle a nada. Pila de cuarto me voy a ganar, de cociento no voy a parar. Es un jet privado, no voy a bajar. La mansión que quiero me la voy a dar. Tú pensaste que iba a comprarme, pero más rápido quiero olvidarte. Tú ahora vienes a buscarme, pero ya es muy tarde. Te equivocaste, ya no me llames. Te fuiste a buscar calor en otra parte. Te equivocaste, mucho yo aguanté. Ya te di banda, ahora me toca a mí la calle. Te equivocaste, ya no me llames. Te fuiste a buscar calor en otra parte. Te equivocaste, mucho yo aguanté. Ya te di banda, ahora me toca a mí la calle. Nunca olvides la reina que eres, fuerte, independiente. Te invito, let's evolve.
Jae Camilo, that's right. No te olvides de la reina que eres. Thank you. Yes, that is how we're closing out, mi gente. Jae Camilo, everyone. And once again, for more information, you can follow her on Instagram at Jae Camilo. That is our show today, mi gente. Thanks to all our guests for coming through and to your viewers for tuning in. If you missed any part of the show, you can check out this episode throughout the weekend and 24 hours a day at BronxNet.tv. I'm Rina Valentin, and from all of us here at Open, may the universe provide paz, prosperity, y amor. And, you know, it's May, which is Mental Health Awareness Month, so take care of each other. Adios.